Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Apologies for the slight delay. We are learning this morning in memory of Leah Bas Bible, Tzivia Bas Mordechai, Avram ben David Slavin, Shlomo ben Yisrael Morris, Eliezer ben Shmuel Teret, Eliezer Shalom ben Avram Shmuel Beres, Tzipora Fegela Bas Reuven Baruch, Shalom ben Elieli, Bena Bas Bible, Fruma Shoshana Bas Yaakov Shmuel. And we are learning in memory of those that have Yortzeit for Tevye ben Shimon David, Yitzchok ben Yechezkel Rothberg, Yosef ben Shimon Sabun. We wish each and every one of their respective families long life and only simchas. So I did say that we come now to perhaps one of the most famous Mishnayos that there is. And that is, if you think about in 20 years' time, people will ask you, about the strap line with racism. You will say Black Lives Matter, right? So there is, this Mishnah really is, I guess it's our lifeblood. It defines our purpose and meaning in life, and it really should be written on. We should keep it with us in our pockets and guide us every single day. So let me read you the Mishnah. It's one that you're all familiar with, I think, even if you haven't heard it in Hebrew. If I can find it, hold on one second. So Mishnah goes like this. Hu haya omer, he used to say. So whenever it says hu haya omer, it's a continuation. So this is Hillel. So this was Hillel's adage. And what did he say? He said as follows. He said, Im eina nili mili, if I am not for myself, who am I? Ursha la atzmi, and if I am for myself, then what am I? Vim lo achshav, and if not now, then when? Right? That's it. That's the whole of the Mishnah, and that is the whole of life. Right? And let us explain piece by piece what exactly it means and what it means for us. So the first statement that Hillel said, right, is Im ein anili mili. If I am not for myself, then who am I? Okay? So there is a very, very fine balance in life between being egocentric, self-centered, it's all about me, full of ego on the one hand, and being completely altruistic, right? And this Mishnah really deals with that very point about striking the right balance. They say that a well-balanced Jew is a Jew that has a chip on both shoulders. To get the right balance between being modest and having self-esteem is challenging. The first point is that we have to always recognize im ein anili mili. If I'm not for myself, then what am I? I have to first recognize who I am, what I am capable of, that I can achieve anything and everything that I want. And I have to put my energies into firstly me accomplishing, me achieving what is capable in life, right? It's easy for us to just, become the doormat and allow other people to walk over us, all in the name of charity and chesed and kindness. But the Mishnah is telling us a very important point. If you want to achieve anything in life, if you want to be there for everyone, first and foremost, you have to be there for yourself, okay? You have to recognize there is a self, there has to be a self. And only when you have that in mind are you going to be able to accomplish and achieve it in life. And in fact, there's a beautiful analogy that Rabbi Cass, who one of Giller's teachers, he says as follows: if we imagine a cup, a Kiddush cup, right? So that are your resources. And in fact, John Gottman, one of the great relationship gurus, he speaks about the emotional and the cup, which is full of your bank, your emotional bank that we all have in relationships. And the idea is the same by Rabbi Cass and John Gottman, and it's as follows. Unfortunately, I don't have a cup here, but if we imagine there was a cup, okay? So here is the cup, and if this is your cup, now these are your resources. As long as that cup is full, right, then anything that overflows from that cup, you can give to other people. And that's the same in relationships. That's what John Gottman's saying. It's the same in terms of who you are. right? So you have to first in life, and that is why children in particular, they start off grabbing things. It's all about them. You're meant to be a sponge, acquiring, right? Accomplishing. Once you have made something of yourself, we said yesterday already, the idea that is that if you're not teaching, then your learning will go to waste. Only once you have filled your cup up, then you can give to other people, right? And there is a real danger, and that's what we said to all our volunteers when it comes to this marathon called coronavirus. It's all well and good going out and saving the world and helping people with their shopping and everything else. But if you just give, and there is no me, there is no you, there is no looking after yourself, you don't replenish the cup, then that cup eventually is going to run dry. And if it runs dry, there is no way of you being able to give to anyone else. So in fact, the first stage of giving, if you want to actually be a Baal Chesed, to be somebody who performs acts of kindness, Chesed starts at home. It starts at home with yourself. It starts at home with your children, with your spouses, and with your family. So often in life, we want to run everywhere. We want to run out and we want to be at this charity dinner and we're helping this one and we're helping that one. What about your spouse? What about your family? What about your kids? Right? Only when the cup is completely overflowing, that's what you can give to other people. And if that cup starts, be it in COVID or through other challenges and the vicissitudes of life, starts to go down, then you have to make sure that you fill it up in order that you can keep giving. Otherwise, you're going to run dry. The second part of the Mishnah is, okay, I've given to myself. I've made sure that I've this self-care built into my system. I go for walks in COVID as well as helping other people. The next part is, he says, the flip side of the coin is what? Is that a person he says, I've got to look after myself. Numero uno, it's all about me. And if I don't look after myself, then what's it all about? So what happens? You spend the whole of your life in self-care, self-preservation, making sure that you've got everything, pampering yourself, right? I deserve this. I need another holiday. That's the other extreme. The other extreme is that it's all about me, right? It's all about me. And the clear thing for us is to strike the right balance in life. There are times where we need to give more to ourselves, and there are times where we are full and we feel revitalized, and we feel that we've got a lot of energy, and then we are able to help other people. But if it's just like, okay, I'm worn out, but you know what, I'll just do this one more act of chesed, of kindness, or I'm just going to push myself a little bit. Sometimes pushing yourself that little bit can push you off the cliff, and then you snap, and it comes out usually on your nearest and dearest. So therefore, I'm speaking, of course, to myself as well as to each and every one of you. But it's such an important concept. If I am not for myself, who am I? I've got to look after myself. I've got to make sure that I build myself up with my spiritual growth, with my physical well-being, with my emotional well-being. And then, but if it's just about looking after me, then what's the point of life? We leave this world not with the clenched hands of a baby, but with open hands. When we are buried with open hands. You can't take it with you. And therefore, throughout life, you're meant to become more and more of a giver. And we know as we go on in life, we see kids, we see people, as we mature, we have less physical needs. That's reflective of what we're meant to become, net givers. But you can only become a net giver if you are looking after yourself and if you are in touch with yourselves and you know what you really need. The final part of the Mishnah is, if not now, then when? Throughout life, stuff comes up, COVID comes up, pandemics, and this and that, and challenges with all types of things. And we turn around and we say, now's not quite the right time. Or we say to our kids or to our spouses, no, I'm not quite, now's not the ideal time. This is the ideal time. This is, if God gave us this moment, we've got to squeeze every single bit out of it and not start saying it will be better tomorrow. It will be sunnier tomorrow. I'll have more time tomorrow. Make the most of today for ourselves. And if we do it for ourselves, then we'll be able to do it for other people. right? We can't always wait for this picture perfect moment, right? I'll spend time with you in summer holidays, and summer holidays now are scuppered. It's not the way you thought it was going to be. Well, next year we'll go away. Next year we'll spend time. Now we can't. Make the most of the moment. Some of the most precious and memorable moments can be when you feel stuck, quote unquote. When we feel that we are in a pickle or things are difficult. Yeah. When we face challenges, it either brings us and our nearest and dearest closer together, or it pulls us further apart, right? So that's the challenge in life. And that is the beautiful, beautiful message for us to keep here in our hearts. And that's what's going to guide us. And that's what's going to keep us strong, no matter what challenges we're going to face in the coming days, weeks, and months, be it with COVID or anything else in our lives. That it's firstly, it's got to be, Eina nili mili. If it's not for me, if I'm not looking after myself, then what am I? I'm not going to be able to be anything. But if it's just about me, then what am I? And if not now, then when? Don't push off what you can do today till tomorrow. If you've been given by the Almighty this moment, it's a blessing. Utilize it, maximize it. Every second of life is a gift. And with that, we will conclude. So much more to say, but we've run out of time. We'll continue with Psalm 23. And again, we have in mind all those that are unwell. And as well, we want to pray for world peace and that we should be able to have an end to this coronavirus. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He causes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even when I walk in the valley of darkness, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You set a table before me in the presence of my adversaries. You anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. May only goodness and kindness pursue me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord for all eternity. We continue with the Refuah Shalema prayer. Misha Berach, and you can insert the names in the gap. Misha Berach Avseinu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Moshe Aaron David Shlomo Hu Yivarech Ra Pesach Chaylim. Bavo Shan Mispalim Bavo Ram Mischazel Kadosh Baruch Hu Yimalei Racham Aleihem Rachmon V'Sam Vishlach Leim Refuah Shalema Shemaim Lechol Reim B'Soch Shachol Yisrael Refuah Sanefesh V'Soch Hashavak Azman Karib and Omar Amen. And lastly, we perform we recite a memorial prayer. We wish long life to all those that have Yortzeit today and all those that are saying Kaddish because they've lost their loved one in the course of the year. El Malei Rachamim Shaychein Bam Roimim Amatzim Anochanochana Al Kampesh Kinab Malais Kedoshim Eterin Kizorikim Asim Es Nishmois Tevye Ben Shimon David Yitzchak Ben Yecheskel Rothberg Yosef Ben Shimon Saben Shleah Bas Feivel, Tzivia Bas Mordechai, Avram ben David, Slavin, Shlomo ben Yisrael Morris, Eliezer ben Shmuel Teret, Eliezer Shalom ben Avram Shmuel Beres, Tzipora Fegel Bas Reuven Baruch, Shalom ben Eli Ali, Beina Bas Feivel, from Rosh Hashanah Bas Yaakov Shmuel, Shalachu Li Olamon, Began Eiden Teimenu Chasam Lachein Balarachamim, Yasirein B'Seisach Anafam Yolamim, Yitzobas Chaim Yisishmasam, Adonai Yonach Lasam. Thank you for joining us. It was a fascinating learning session. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it too. And please God, look forward to seeing you with Pastor Alex at 8 p.m. this evening. He is an incredible man. He's done an incredible amount of great work for the community. And I'm sure we can have some meaningful and deep discussions and conversations this evening on Facebook Live. Look forward to seeing you then. And if not, then I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8:30. Take care.